Hello everyone, I'm Shannon Slatton here in our Brooklyn Park studios, and we thought we would touch base today with Chief John Cunningham, who's in charge of the Brooklyn Park Fire Department, but also in charge of emergency operations for the city. Hello, Chief. How are you doing?
I am doing wonderful. Thank you for having me on.
Now, I know you guys are very busy behind the scenes and there's a lot going on. Can you paint a picture a little bit about what it looks like for you guys, what you're doing?
Sure. So, in addition to being the fire chief, I'm also the city's emergency management director. So, when this crisis started to unfold across the country, one of the first things that we did is stood up our emergency operations center. And this is a central hub that we use to coordinate amongst city departments as well as with our public safety partners across the region and across the state. So, we actually have that staffed during normal business hours, and that's our public safety staff as well as some city staff that are working to coordinate our responses today, but also to plan for what might happen in the future as this COVID-19 continues to unfold in Minnesota and specifically in our own community.
All right. What are you seeing as far as residents, their response to this?
So, I think everyone's been really understanding and supportive. They understand that we're all in this together. And, I urge everyone to, follow the guidance of our public health officials and public safety and emergency management so that we can weather the storm, so to speak, not only today, but also in the weeks and possibly the months ahead. We have a great community that we're starting to tap into so that we can support one another throughout this COVID-19 response and to just be there from a public safety standpoint as well as just a community standpoint.
Is there anything else, any other piece of advice that you'd want to pass along to residents?
So, I think with this kind of the stay-at-home order, I think that has a lot of kind of angst in the community, and across the state. And I just urge everyone to, listen to the governor's press conference and just to understand exactly what that means. It's not a martial law order. It's nothing, similar to that. And it's really to encourage people to stay home. To practice that safe social distancing and to not congregate, together where previously that's been happening before. So really that we're all in this, as one Brooklyn Park, as one community, as one country, and one nation now. So whatever we can do locally to help flatten that curve, so to speak, so that we can not overwhelm the healthcare system. I think that's one of the things that we're looking at from the first response and the public safety side is making sure that we can handle the responses not only that we see day to day, but also the potential increase in call volume as people begin potentially contracting COVID-19. So from a public health standpoint and emergency response, that we want to make sure that we're ready to handle any increase in calls and by people following, the stay at home and, not congregating in, large masses and practicing the social distancing of 6 feet apart, staying home when you're sick and just isolating that will help us immensely. We have a great community of public safety staff that are ready to support the community.
All right. That was Chief John Cunningham, who's in charge of the Brooklyn Park Fire Department and also in charge of emergency management operations with the city of Brooklyn Park. And a reminder for you, of course, you can find more on this story and other stories that we continue to report here in the Northwest Metro on our website, ccxmedia.org. I'm Shannon Slatton reporting in Brooklyn Park for CCX News.
Find more local news stories at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.